Hello everyone! I hope all of you are having an amazing day. Welcome to episode 2 from Obese to a Beast. I'm with my father again. Same setup, same time. We're going to hit a chest, shoulders, and tri day at 24-Hour Fitness. The next episode will be at LA Fitness because it's the last day I'm allowed to go to 24-Hour Fitness. But that's completely fine. We're going to keep this intro short and sweet. This is going to be a shorter video because I'm going to be in-depth explaining the exercises. So without further ado, let's get into it, right? Let's go. Okay, so for the first exercise, as always, we have my favorite, the most infamous, incline bench press. Now, last time I did a chest day, I did flat bench first, but I wanted to go a little heavier on incline. This is 35s on each side, so we're going to attempt this. I believe it was a great weight for the 2 sets I did. I went to failure. I had someone help me. You'll see here that I first started this and I had the weights completely wrong, and I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to almost kill myself because I almost drop it on me. You'll see that I'm like, why is this so heavy? And then I realized, oh yeah, it's 35s on each side. That makes sense. So, this guy helps me adjust it. I go to failure on each set. I was super lucky to find a spotter this time because it means I can hit the exercise properly. And with everything further ado, we finally set up the weights correctly. I'm talking to this guy because, I'm a social man. Someone, of course, always has to walk in front of the camera while I'm exercising. But one thing I will say about this set is I believe my control was really, really good here. You'll see I'm having daily yap sessions, but I think my control is really good. I think my form was really, really good inside of this clip. And if someone asked me what I thought a perfect incline bench was, I'd say it looks like this. As you can see, the weight was moving pretty well for my first chest day in a minute. I hit this to complete failure. You'll see that after I get to, I think, 9, I asked this guy to help me get it off me. And because of the fact that, I would have dropped it on myself, and then, we would have had a really, 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 really big issue. But I believe after this set, you'll see that I'm like, all right, I'm going to need your help with this one. And then I push. No, I do get more than 9. And then he's there, you see he's waiting, and I can't get it past there, so he helps me get it up. And this is the first exercise. I really, really like starting with incline press because I can get a good heavy set for my upper chest, and it makes my chest look a lot better. Alright, so for the next exercise we have here, I usually like doing dumbbell flat if I do incline, normal bench, but all the benches were completely taken. So I had this guy spot me. I hit a plate for, I believe, 9 or 10, and then I hit 145 for 8. I did a drop set at 145, but I did not take off enough weight, so it just did not move well. So that set was a little disappointing, but we still got the job done. We burned the chest well. As you can see, plates moving very consistently. I had really good form. I remember when I first started, I couldn't even get 135 up for 1, even 2. But, I keep pushing, I keep pressing, and, we just keep, of course, people are walking in front of the camera. You could see me struggling. I get this last rep out, and I rack it. And and then we just move on to the next exercise. Because I want to show you what a failed drop set looks like, we are going to show you the 145 drop set. You'll see, don't do what I did. You should, if it becomes too heavy, you should lower the weight more. But I did want to show the drop set because we did something different from the first clip. So as you can see, to begin, 145 moves pretty well. It moves a lot better than normal. It goes up, and you can see my camera depth. Thank God it didn't fall, but we get 1, 2, 3. I think we get 5, and then I drop the weight, but then I just completely could only do 2 more after that, and that's what you don't want to do. If you're only dropping the weight, if you're dropping the weight by 5 and you can only push out 2 more, it means you didn't drop the weight enough, and you're not doing yourself a service. You're doing yourself a disservice. So I recommend, if you're going to do a drop set like this, if you're going from 145 and 135 feels too heavy, I say go to 130 or maybe even 125 just to get a better burn, a better chest tear, you know what I mean? But as you can see, we go back into 135, we get 1, I think we actually fail here. No, we do get 2. We do get 2. It was a struggle. We get 2 and then I re-rack and I'm like, alright, I messed up. And then we move on to the next exercise. The next exercise we did for chest is, I like to hit chest a lot because it takes a lot for my chest to actually get burned and burn it. So we go into a machine press. I really, really love this machine press. One thing I will say is I think I went a little too heavy on the second set. I was only able to get 7 reps and then a couple partials. You'll see here, it feels like it's moving good at first. Like, I'm pressing. You'll see that my hands are a little uneven. I gotta make sure I'm doing it at the same time. Everything's going well, and then my strength just gives out on me on the 6th, and then the 7th one, I get one more full rep, and then you'll see that I just start spamming it. I'm just boom, boom, because I gotta keep moving the chest to keep getting partials out, until I physically can't do it anymore. And then, I still call that a good set, but I'd rather much get 8 reps instead of 7 or 6 and do partials. We now move on to my favorite machine in the entire gym. This is chest flies. Someone asked if they could work in, and I was already working in with someone. You actually will recognize him from the incline clip. He's a super cool guy. I hope I get to see him here again if I ever come back. This is, I think, 175 pounds on the fly, which is a lot more than I thought I could do. You'll see that I'm a very big pessimistic when it comes to the machines. I adjusted the seat to Timbuktu, and you'll see that I'll keep adjusting because it always just feels weird every time I sit down, and if it doesn't feel right, I don't want to hit something. Yep, I think I get up around 3 times, and then, we finally get into the exercise. One thing I will say about chest flies, though, is the machine, how everything is feeling, how far out you do your flies, really does matter, because if you have one inconsistency, you can be losing strength on the actual movement. You'll see that I get to a point where I can feel good about the actual fly, try to keep the chest up, and we're just going slow and controlled. We want to hit 8 to 10, as always. I believe this is my first set. I think I go up to 185 at the end of the 2-set chest fly to failure. But honestly, this was a pretty good set. I tried pushing out one more. We get it. You can see my face, of course. And then we put it down, and we're like, all right, cool. And yeah, I really like chest flies. I will never stop doing them. I might do variations with cables or with dumbbells, but machine chest fly has my heart. Okay, so now we move on to triceps, and I want to warn you guys at first, I could not get a good camera angle. The camera kept falling every time I tried to hit the movement. So this is the best clip I can get. You'll see that I do tricep extensions. My form wasn't great this first set, but after the next sets, I do 2 more sets after this, and I think my form was really well. I got a really, really, really good tricep burn. I only like to do 2 exercises for tricep and 2 exercises for bicep. You could see the camera finally fell. You could still see me hitting it in the background, so we're keeping it in. We're going raw editing style. But yeah, so we hit this pretty well. I think the movements go, pretty decently. I get a good burn, even off this first bad set. And then I realize that I don't have my phone at all, and I start freaking out. I'm like, where is it? And then this random guy picks it up for me, and it's like, hey, yeah, you'll see him picking it up right now. And he's like, here you go, boss. And I'm like, thank you very much. And we move on to the next exercise. All right, so the next exercise we do, I don't even know what it's called, because my boy, Dan the Man, put me onto this exercise. This is like some form of tricep, like cross-handed extension, but you'll see that the way I set up is very, very weird, but this honestly gave such a good burn. This is a guaranteed stack on my tricep exercises. For my 2 tricep exercises used to be extensions and the push downs. Now it's push downs and this, because this burns so well. And you can see that we also had more camera issues. Let's go, the camera fell again. But yeah, we hit this and then we move on. Surprise! Gotcha, guys. And we actually did 3 tricep exercises this workout because I saw a new machine I wanted to try, and the shoulder machines were taken up. So we hit this weird tricep extension sit-down machine. I don't even know what to call this. I had to lower the weight a little bit because this was a very weird exercise. It used a part of the tricep that I actually have not used, but it felt really, really good. I would use this machine again. But I don't think I'd put it on the main rotation, if you know what I mean. I think this is more of a one-time, hey, I want to try something new, tricep-wise. But, hey, maybe I was doing it wrong, and it could be a lot better. But, how I did it, I pushed, and I always try to go to failure. It was hard to fail because a weight that would have worked just did not work. And yeah, we just kept trying, but we couldn't really get to the point where, everything was sound. We now move on to our shoulders. We hit 2 shoulders here, 2 shoulder exercises. I will warn you guys, the second one, I could not find a good weight to do it with, so I hit the best I could, and then I lowered the weight after, but I had to stop recording because it was getting way too packed. But we first hit the shoulder extension / push-ups. I didn't mean to say extensions, I'm sorry. But we hit these, I'm trying to hit them slow and controlled. I hit them where my shoulders are perpendicular to my head. I think that's the right word for it. And we do this to a point where we get a good burn, and until I fully fail. If I'm not failing, it means I did not do my job when I'm hitting the shoulders. And you'll see that I'm trying my best. I'm starting to breathe heavy. You see that I'm making my face big, and I could not get it up anymore. And we move on to the next exercise. Okay, this was the exercise I was talking about. We tried doing seated dumbbell flies. You'll see that I just went too heavy here. I knew it was too heavy. These were the only dumbbells I could find, though. You'll see they're moving pretty well to start, but I had to use a lot of momentum, and I couldn't keep my arms straight. I did lower the weight after, and we did hit this pretty well. Since this was too heavy, I went into shoulder raises right after this to get a good burn on the shoulders as well, since I couldn't hit this for too many without my shoulders wanting to fall off my body. And then you see I start raising my shoulders. This is a little bit improvised, but when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade with it. You know what I mean? So we keep hitting this until complete failure. And then we lower the weight and we actually hit it properly, thank God. But I did not record that because, like I said, the gym was getting a little too packed and it was getting harder and harder to record anything. So, without further ado, let's cut to the end of the workout. Alright, so we finished the workout, and I think it went pretty well. There are some things I went over in the voiceovers that I think I got to improve on. But besides that, no post-workout meal this time. I just didn't record it. This was episode 2 of Obese to a Beast. Stay lifting.